let's talk a little bit about 1-800 t-shirts, because that's kind of a custom ink style model of really being out there. There's a How I Built This on 1-800 Got Junk. That's an amazing podcast. Kind of sounds like you're trying to do something like that a little bit. Talk to us about 1-800 t-shirts, because we've been hearing about it, seeing you with it. It's always in your backgrounds.
Yeah. And how'd you get it too?
So we're working on launching it. It's kind of a slow launch. You see the co-branding right now with Envision. So right now we're going to be doing a rollout of a Shopify store, full e-commerce, and hopefully getting out here before the fourth quarter is the goal. And kind of just blowing some things up from there. So right now, we're basically just a landing page and, capturing leads and things like that. But once we get the e-commerce up, that's kind of our next phase of scaling up. How did we acquire it? So that was a 5-year process. And so Frank Newton with Newton Screenprinting, he had owned it for, I believe, 40 years.
Frank, the visionary.
So he had owned the domain and the phone number for 40 years, but they always operated as Newton Screenprinting, so they never used it as a brand or a marketing side of the business. It was just happened to be their 800 number that they used. And, I see this as a marketing person and totally was like, oh my God, this is the best marketing real estate in the industry. And so I reached out to Frank in 2015 and I still have the email. I emailed him in 2015 and said, hey, I'm interested in acquiring your domain, phone number, business, whatever it is. Are you interested in talking about that? And he emailed me back and said, not at this moment. I'm going to retire in 2020 and it'll be, for sale at that point.
Set the reminder.
So no, it was not set the reminder. It was build the relationship. So from that point, basically every 6 months from 2015 until last year, I reached out, whether it was sending them something in the mail, a letter, giving them a phone call, shooting them an email, touching base, and building that relationship, learning more about their business, learning more about their customer base, and just building some trust and everything with them. So when 2020 came along, Frank is like ready to retire, and I'm like, holy crap, we're going through a pandemic. But we had planned this for so long that the wheels were still in motion to do the acquisition. So part of that was through building that relationship over a 5-year period, I was first in line, for it. It wasn't, publicly offered up there for sale where, the custom inks and some of these other big brands of the world that have a lot of venture capital behind it, they could have snapped this up in a heartbeat and it would have been a line item on their marketing budget. Like it wouldn't even been a blip on the radar for them. So we were very fortunate to be able to, make that acquisition and work with them. And, now we've, integrated all their customers into, our sales team and things like that and just continue to move it forward.
What did it cost? I think that's the burning question.
Probably not as much as you think. It was a sizable investment. I'll say that. But, I think it was a win-win for both.
Is the future then phone? Is that like why there's such a big push of having the name be 1-800 t-shirts? Like you really think that so many more people are going to be on the phone and it's going to build customer service? We feel very strongly about phone, but I'm curious on your thoughts.
I don't know if it's as much as like the future of being phone, but I think just the brand recognition, you see 1-800 Flowers, 1-800 Got Junk, and they've built great brands around that. And so we're looking at some things that we can do to mimic what they're doing. We've looked at, the possibilities of adding, kind of a larger network of licensees under the 1-800 t-shirt brand, similar to like 1-800 Flowers, where they've got local flower shops throughout the United States that use the 1-800-Flowers number. Could we do a similar model with 1-800 T-shirts with partnering with shops from throughout the United States to give it a local feel, but then much more on a larger national scale when it comes to marketing and promoting?